So, y'all already know what time it is. What's up, family? I'm Killer from the Killer Looks channel. Y'all already knew that. If you didn't know, welcome to the channel.
Damn, Killer. It's so good.
On June 15th, 2021, 5-year-old Summer Wells vanished from her home on Ben Hill in Rogersville, Tennessee. It's a case that has grappled and gripped the nation, leaving countless questions unanswered. But what if I told you there are still secrets buried in the shadows of this tragic mystery?
The search for now 6-year-old Summer Wells. Crews are back in Hawkins County, going back to the areas of interest on a small-scale search. That's what we're told this is being called. Why they are searching in the area they're searching again. This is not the first time. It's not even the second or third time they've revisited this area.
Good morning, everyone. This is Ainsley Daniel with WJHL. I am here in the Beach Creek community of Hawkins County as the search for missing 5-year-old Summer Wells is well into its 4th full day here. There was an Amber Alert issued for her earlier this week. I am just out here in Hawkins County. I am here at the Watch Incident Command Center where all of the law enforcement and search crews are kind of gathering up here at Mount Carmel Free Will Baptist Church. I'm going to flip this around though because I do want to tell you guys about something I just saw. So I did just see a search crew go through this field here. I'm about 1.8 miles from Summer's home on Ben Hill Road. Again, there was a search crew that just walked through here due to the tough terrain and things of that nature that we've been talking about all week, that law enforcement and these search crews have been talking about all week. We haven't been able to physically see search crews. They've been up in the woods, they've been in these places where media has not been able to get to it. So today has been the first day that we've actually been able, to kind of see the search expanded into the visible public eye. Now, the road where she went missing, Ben Hill Road, which is where she lives, is blocked off right now. Law enforcement say that it's too small for more than one vehicle to be down right now. They are stopped at both sides of it, so there's really no way for us to get into that road, and they are telling us that it's very small, so that way media can't be in there, as well as the search crews and things of that nature.
The footprint found in the gray area between Ben Hill and Fields Road. They whispered of shortcuts, hidden paths, and unseen movements.
A footprint on a ridgeline. Not any ridgeline. A very steep and long ridgeline. This is the real shit. 2 footprints, child size, barefoot. Not my kid's print. One on my land, one on the neighbor's land. Neighbors don't want their name or location mentioned. I do not want my location shown either. Search dogs barked on my land. Deputy asked me questions about my kid's shoe sizes. I asked if the dog's barking meant it was her scent. He said yes. Said it had to be recent print. Left after she disappeared. However, they had been there for multiple days before they found the print. This is outwardly. This is on the way out, right? So you've got a footprint here, and then you've got a footprint up here. It says right here, no other scent or footprints, nothing else to base it on, but that sounds like she was being carried and was set down to make it through a rough area. Now, you would expect more prints if she was walking. True. Search crews, and here is the price of tea in China, people. Search crews had been all over my land for several days. Now, I said 3. Several is more than 3. 3 is a few, 2 is a couple. Several days before the footprint was found. So there were already plenty of adult footprints there. Fair enough, and I hope that the police didn't just stop it. Oh, goodness. Look at all these adult prints. We'll never be able to track down who could have been with her. Ah, jeez. This is also very interesting, as the child was seen walking away from her own home, or near her own home, at 7 p.m. Westward as we go, quite naturally, they're gonna run into Fields Road. Fair enough? Moving forward. Now, it's gonna get interesting here pretty quick. I mean, I'm sure a whole bunch of y'all knew this, but I, however, did not.
There was an opening she could kind of at least across to almost Bell. Like there's that opening, that property goes almost to Bell. You just have to cross a little section of forest, and then you're on Bell Road.
See, what you do is you actually jump two roads when you come the back way through to right there. You jump from Ben Hill, you jump either across Bell or Field.
Yeah.
And then you come back into the woods behind, and you go on down to here.
Right. But getting to Bell or Fields is a mile, maybe, if that. It's not even, it's just
closer. Cut half a mile, 3/4 of a mile off if you go through the woods from Ben Hill to the Field.
That's what I thought.
That's the way I used to go when I'd go to my cousin's house. If I was walking, I would go up behind Gorley's house, split the gap, and come out. Actually, I can show you where I.
But the only reason she would do that is because, like we were talking about earlier, she wouldn't have gone off on her own for no reason. But if she's running from someone, then maybe she was terrified, right? She could have taken off and ended up in the middle of there.
Where did they say? I've heard two stories on the footprints. Somebody said they was up toward Fred's. Somebody said they was down this way. This way.
One up toward Fred. One on the property that I'm talking about that goes to that big clearing. We can go on Ben Hill if you want to, and I can show you where they are.
Okay,
and then Bell Road, there's a property on the top of a hill on Bell Road, and that's where another footprint was, around there.
That's my cousin.
Your cousin? Do you know him? Like, would he freak out if you showed up?
Yeah.
Okay. You don't get along? Okay. You know, have you done Bell all the way to where there's like a turnoff point? Launch your drone up there, you could go above Gorley's. That would be a nice view of all the area that she could have possibly.
Yeah, that'd been. Because all that shit where they're saying the feet prints are behind Gorley's. That connects right on the back side of Bell Road.
Okay.
That's
If you walk through
that's a concentration of her prints.
Have you seen Gorley's house? How it sets his property? Okay, so if you're at the gate when you go in the holler, just look at the gate. You'll see a house way back there. If you go straight back that holler behind that house, it brings you through the woods to the back side of Bell Road down there.
I thought they blocked it off. I tried to get
You can't drive through there.
Oh yeah, I tried to get through there
walk.
one time.
But what if there's more, y'all? A point of interest no one talks about. A location significant enough to catch the attention of the TBI during the November 2021 search. That wasn't just a routine sweep, y'all. Nah, nothing routine about it. It involved both ground teams and aerial surveillance. And when the TBI posted it on Twitter, there it was. A marked location. Now all y'all working, all y'all pounding the data, all y'all out there, zoom in, you'll find it near the back of Fields Road, edging towards properties on Chimney Top. A place quietly murmured about as a potential shortcut, linking Ben Hill and Fields Road.
A team put together by the Wells family private investigators were back in Hawkins County today with eyes on the ground and in the air. The technology used today can even detect burial sites.
When you put someone in the ground, basically as they decompose, and it kind of kills everything around it, but as everything grows back over time, it flourishes. It kind of creates a super fertile soil, and what you can detect on near infrared is the different color of the ground that you couldn't normally see with the naked eye.
8 people were a part of the search crew today.
Where is Summer Wells? I want to talk for a second about drone ground penetrating technology. Drones from the sky can actually look down below to determine if the soil has been tampered with or if there's bodies right underneath the soil.
Beach Creek headed in a westerly direction towards Fields Road. They are actually pointed towards and taking pictures of the direction westward towards Fields Road. Now, they are essentially in this area right here. This is the property right here. They're like right here. They're headed over there. They've been to this area before because it's a previous area of interest. Yeah. Now, if anyone remembers, they did a search in November. And what they said was they were going to do sort of a pop-up search because the foliage was coming down and they could see the visibility was a little bit better. That was also the day, now Jody has since removed all of that. Does anyone remember? That was the day Jody missed her oncology appointment because of the search, right? Now, that same day, I called Candace and Grandis to see what they were up to. And they were playing Monopoly. Does everyone remember? Now, when you look at, you had segues in, or I did it anyhow. You had a window in to each household or trailer hold. So, at the Bernard trailer hole, she's on the floor tweaking, missing the damn oncology report or day because they're doing a search somewhere, right? Now, oh jeez. Candace and Grandis, however, they're playing Monopoly on the same day. Not worried at all about any search. Now, at that time, I thought, well, wow, that's a pretty calloused, cold-blooded. That's some real street shit to do to somebody, right? Your daughter's being searched for. You and your mom, you're up there playing Texas Monopoly. It didn't hit right then. It hits different last night. It hit different. It was like, okay. So you've got the Wells over here playing Monopoly, and you got Jody Sue on the floor of her camper tweaking out. Can't make it to the oncology because they're doing a search. As someone like Jody Sue, when you see this pop up on the news and you know exactly where that's at, probably your go-to response is, oh shit. All of a sudden, about 3/4 of a mile to a mile away, you've got this previous area of interest, which a lotto odd, right? This is a lotto odd, that the child is going to go missing from Ben Hill, walk westwardly, and have some sort of significance to yet another property that's accessible by the neighbors on Ben Hill at 125.
Some tell them their whole ass land anyways, because they're like, fuck this, what if something's been placed on?
Well, what if there's more, y'all?
I'm going to talk a little bit about the Summer Wells thing. There's been some breaking news in the Summer Wells case that's happened out in Rogersville. You may remember her. She is the little girl, 5-year-old little girl that's been missing for about 1.5 years now. Ben Hill Road is where they live in Rogersville, Tennessee. We have not given up and looking for this little girl. And I'm going to tell you about the American Recovery Project. And I want everybody that's concerned about Summer Wells to go to this website. This is Larry's website and his team. American Recovery Project. It is a nonprofit that searches and finds missing people. Got a call from Larry the other day, and I believe it was Saturday, and they had used this high-tech thing that they have. You know, when the U.S. military has satellites going around, they can look in on terrorist camps and so forth, and they've got stuff where we can see the back of a car and see what the tail, the tag is on the tail end of the car. This computer system that Larry and his team have isn't quite that good, but it can certainly zoom in at a particular time and date. Hold on one second. A particular time and date in history that these satellites were flying over. These satellites have to be where they can see. There can't be any cloud cover. But if you know the time that a little girl was missing and the date the little girl was reported missing, then you can go to the the longitude and latitude of these satellites of the particular time and the particular day that Summer Wells, for instance, went missing. And you can purchase the video and pictures of that the satellite company puts out there. And that's exactly what he did. And so he went to the time and day that Summer Wells went missing, and he constantly kept looking to see who pulled in up there and so forth. I can tell you this, particular people were there in a particular vehicle, and I can only tell you certain things here, and I'll let him tell you the rest of it, but that he followed with those satellite images where that particular vehicle went to, and it went to this location where these bones are. They followed it to that location. You can tell how long there were 4 people that got out of the car and only 3 people came back. So you can't make out their faces, but you can tell how many bodies were there and how many were, in other words, live bodies walked into the woods, how long they were gone, and it was gone for 3 hours, and then came back with so there's 4 that went in and only 3 that came out. And that's why Larry and his team decided to look over there and see what they could find. I'm going to show you what Larry and his team found, and we'll start where they were. I cannot tell you the location of this as of yet. Larry might be able to do that tomorrow, but as of right now I cannot. But this is the area, okay? This is where they were tromping around on Saturday, and they stumbled upon bones. And most of the bones were approximately 6 inches under the ground. Some were above the ground. It was it's beside sort of a river that's out there. And this one particular person told us that Summer had, thank you, Mike, thank you, that Summer was in the horse pond, and but this particular place was by a river, or water comes in when it floods. Some more bones right here, and come on down. Now one was laying right, there's another one right here. It's almost like in a shallow grave, okay? And there was some articles of clothing that was there. Show that to you right here. Does that look like little girl's clothing? We don't know. Here's another picture of it right there. But after the anthropologists saw this and saw this pelvis, show it to you, they believe this is to be of a 22-year-old person and not Summer Wells.
This is a map to the satellite. Now, the satellite that the company that Wisconsin Mama had contacted, they were the ones that seen the vehicle coming out of the wells going to this certain location on June 15, 2021, the very day Summer came up missing. This is also the location where the 22-year-old, from what they're saying, 22-year-old, we don't know, because we're not getting any information on it due to the fact that it's a John or Jane Doe, or the fact that law enforcement just don't want to put out anything yet upon it. for some unknown reason. But it was the very location. It went to the very location where whoever this body belongs to was found. That's what I'm saying.
On the 15th, there was actually three blue vans on the road. One was Fred's sister. One was the blue van of, was somebody named Lynn? The blue van of that Fred said had a different side door, like the door was a different color than the van, and the person in the passenger seat was a mixed girl.
This is the picture that Danny sent me that's supposed to be from the satellite picture. And this is what she was talking about. She was seeing on the ground below.
Yeah, I see people.
According to Fred,
Trigger warning.
cops, the law enforcement claimed, he said law enforcement found a shallow grave, and claimed that she had been moved. Quite the claim. Over on Andy's, that other property, they said that they found what looked like was a freshly dug grave area.
Freshly dug grave area. Yeah, somewhere in the vicinity of the end of Fields Road. In this area. She claims Fred said the police told him that in this area they'd found a shallow grave and that they believe she had been moved. This is Ziggy's account of what Fred said.
They have another property. The Bernards own another property down over on Fields Road that's actually been searched. And it's been focused on very heavily by law enforcement.
So, she claims, and she's corroborated with many other people, that somewhere in this area, where the Bernards own the property, that this is part of a heavier investigation. Allegedly, okay? It's all alleged.
We know where her body is, and if they don't let anybody up on the property, then that means she's probably put she's up there. And they're trying to cover up where the bones are gone to, where there's nothing, you know.
Could this explain the footprints? The triangle? Could be the missing piece in a puzzle everyone has struggled to solve? The possibilities are as haunting as they are compelling in this data. What do you think? Is there more to the shortcut than meets the eye? Are there more shortcuts that we haven't seen? Dive in with us as we pull back the curtain of Summer Wells mystery and bring fresh eyes to forgotten clues. I love y'all. Clock in, clock in. Across the table, all of y'all. Whether I know your name, don't know your name, said your name. I see a bunch of people still working. I see a lot of craziness that starts off foo-foo-ness and leads to these people working it. And that's just where we at. We don't know till we know. Everybody motherfucking suspect. So anything, grab it, find it, work it, pull that thread, see where it goes. Enjoy y'all day. I love y'all one time.
They're gonna be sorry they were ever born. Who? All of them.
What you gonna say to me now? Ace with the crown. I'll straight to the ground, cause I miss my life aiming straight for the crown. The higher the climb is the greater the fall. Stiffer the drink is the deeper you sleep. And the more you put in is the more you withdraw. And the more things blur is the clearer I dream. Lead eye on me like the words of a saint. And Nothing kill quicker than the burden of hate. The circle of time is a curve of your faith. It's pretty abstract, but I fuck with the shape. Loch Ness monster, horns in a cape. Flames of fury in the devil's face. And once you've conquered all that credulous race, the world ends cause you were 4 minutes late. Going safe and sound. Fox in the hell. What you gonna say to me now? Ace with the crown. I straight to the ground cause I missed my life. Aiming straight for the crown. I was in a hurry. Skip the journey. Let life slip by. Aiming straight for the crown. I was in a hurry. Skip the journey. Let life slip by. Swing low like a gold-plated crucifix. Holy heart, hang Christ on a Cuban link. Do it my way, blood in my veins. The Messiah is alive. You give me hook in my swing low like a gold-plated crucifix. Holy heart, hang Christ on a Cuban link. Do it my way, blood in my veins. The Messiah is alive. You give me hook in my.
There's a formula to it. A very simple formula. Everybody's a suspect.